Hey BookTube, here's my June wrap-up. I read 17 books in the month of June. 15 of those I listened to on audio. One was an ebook and the other was in print. So I'm just going to rattle them off and let you know what I rated them. First up was the ebook. That was Auracle by Gina Rosati, and I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. The print book that I read was Black City by Elizabeth Richards, and I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Now for the audiobooks. First up is Vortex, which is the second in the Tempest series by Julie Cross. That's narrated by Matthew Brown, and I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. Ashes by Ilsa Bick. That is the first book in the Ashes trilogy, and it is narrated by Katherine Kellgren. She was fabulous. And I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, narrated by Amy Rubinate. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella, narrated by Jane Entwistle, and I adored this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Unbreakable and the sequel Unraveling, both by Elizabeth Norris, narrated by Katie Shore. I gave those both 5 out of 5 stars, and I need the sequel right now. Rebel Heart by Moira Young, which is the second book in the Dustland series. The first book is Blood Red Road. Loved it. 5 out of 5 stars and narrated by Heather Lind. Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. That's narrated by McLeod Andrews and Tara Sands. And I really liked having the two different perspectives so that you got the guy's perspective narrated by McLeod and then girl's perspective by Tara Sands. Angelfall by Susan E. I did not expect the plot to be what it was. It was kind of cool. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars, and that was narrated by Caitlin Davis. Losing It by Cora Carmack. I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars, and that's narrated by Phoebe Stohl. If I Stay and Where She Went by Gayle Forman. If I Stay is narrated by Kirsten Potter, and I only gave that one 3 out of 5 stars. Didn't like it nearly as much as the sequel, which is Where She Went, also by Gayle Forman, narrated by Dan Bittner. I love Dan Bittner. And I gave that one 5 out of 5 stars. City of Glass and City of Ashes, both by none other than Cassandra Clare, both narrated by Natalie Moore, and of course I gave them 5 out of 5 stars. I'm waiting on the next 3 books that finish up that series until the last one comes out because I don't want to have to wait. And lastly, Icons by Margaret Stohl. That's narrated by Therese Plummer, and I gave that one 3 out of 5 stars. So that's my June wrap-up. I'm looking forward to a lot of sequels in July that I have not read yet, and true form like everybody else, I made myself a little jar with all the books in it that I really want to read so that when I get stuck, I can just pull one out. I also have about 11 billion books that I have yet to download. Some of those are also sequels, and I'm really looking forward to those. One I'm really looking forward to is called Let the Sky Fall. So that's it for June. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Look at that. No. No. I gave that 4 out of 5. I read 15. No, I didn't. And I gave it 3 out of 3 out of. I just cracked myself up.